What you are witnessing is real. These tarot cards represent the current energies of specific people with a case pending in the Universal Court. Both parties have agreed to dismiss their spiritual beef and have their dispute settled here in our forum, the People's Court Tarot. I'm silly. Y'all know this, right? So Virgo, thank you for tuning in. I do see your complaint right here. And I've been pondering this for a while. Just been kind of sitting here staring at it. Yeah, so Virgo, it looks like your issue is there's someone who feels, someone is impatient and restless, and there's like a process that they don't want to go through. They just want something handed to them. There is a certain amount of work that you see clearly that needs to be done on a situation. And I feel like there's another energy in the situation. It could be a Capricorn. But this person feels as if, like, say if it's a relationship between two people, Virgo, I feel like you think that this situation needs work. And I think the other person feels like you two are already chained together in a sense. So that's all they see. They see that y'all together, that y'all gonna be together. And I feel like I'm not saying that that's not also your understanding, but I feel like you have an understanding that there's a certain amount of work that needs to be done on the relationship. And that this person is just kind of wishing or hoping that things will magically resolve or become successful between you. And this person is, your complaint is that this person is expecting you, instead of doing the work, they expect you to literally stop doing the work that you're doing and to turn around and accept their offer. And it's like, meanwhile, you just keep working. And it looks like this person goes from expecting the offer to then maybe like demanding it or trying to explain to you why you owe it to them. And then they go from that space into either continuing to do that or abandoning you completely. But it's like they just never get to the point of giving anything, giving any real work to the situation. So there's just a sense of complacency and expectation with this person. It's like they just expect things to go a certain way that benefits them. And then if it doesn't, they just kind of like sit back here in this King of Pentacles energy. You know, it's like they maybe start here. Look, it's like they get off this horse. They're like, I expect to win. I expect victory. And then they get off the horse and then they sit on their resting place. And there's a city in the background, so they may be in a space where they kind of look down on others. They may live in a city. Or you may live in a city. Either way, I'm just looking at the city in the background. But it's like they sit there and then they never move. You know? And then like it just becomes their throne. This person is just like has a throne of complacency. And what I mean by throne is it's like they're very comfortable there. But, entitled. That's the word that I'm looking for. This is entitled. Well, that shit sums it up in one word, Virgo. Your complaint is that someone feels entitled to something. And then if we look at the Pentacles, I think you feel like this person is entitled to your money and your time. Like, and then there's an aspect of they feel like you giving them your money and your time should make you happy. It should make both of you happy. It should be an earthquake of happiness and joy. But I think this person, even though they want so much money or time and they feel like it should make you happy to do so, they also don't offer that. They keep things for themselves. So this person, number one, holds back but expects everything and doesn't want to do any work in the relationship and feels entitled to your money and your time. What the fuck, Virgo? I was literally about to say, are you dealing with the devil? But right here, this Four of Pentacles is the sun in Capricorn, and Capricorn is the devil. So in the tarot, like not for real, but like in the tarot, Capricorn is this card of the devil. And also this Three of Pentacles came up at the bottom of the deck of the first row, and that card has devil energy as well, and it also has Capricorn energy. So your complaint may be very strongly about a Capricorn, Virgo. Okay, going over here. Let's see. So this other person's response, I should say, is I'm laughing because they're saying basically like, well, I mean, you got a lot though. Like, you got good shit going on. You know, you got a lot of magic popping in your life. You have a lot to offer. I think this person is actually, Virgo, they're a little bit wary of, number one, some sort of okay. This person is trying to say that the reason that they don't leave, the reason that they become complacent. Now mind you, there's not nan pentacle out here on their side of the reading, Virgo. So you take that how it resonates. But this person they're very creative. Oh, sorry, I said there's not nan pentacle, but there is right there on the magician's table. Let me correct myself. And I feel like this person is trying to correct some things too, because they're saying they may not have all those pentacles, but they can always make pentacles. Number one. So this may be a very creative person. This may be an entrepreneur. So maybe if you feel like your complaint is that they feel entitled to your money and your time, this person feels like they have a lot of free time, number one. So they may have a lot of time to offer. And they may have a lot of money to offer, but it's not... they may not have a job. They may have like a business or some sort of just different source of income. This person is like their own personal fountain. So number one, I think they're trying to say that, like, if you're saying that they don't offer anything, I think this person is, number one, saying that they've had to learn how to love themselves. Possibly because if there's no pentacles out here, then maybe this person is trying to say, okay, if they can create their own pentacles, their own money, whatever, to accumulate them, like, they can always make them. They always have the potential for it, right, within themselves. But in terms of it being given to them, there's no pentacles out here. So I think this person is saying, you don't give them any time, you don't give them any money, so why should they give it to you? Now, they're not addressing why they expect it from you, because you feel like there's an expectation and even an entitlement present. But I think this person is saying that maybe the reason that they feel entitled is because I feel like there's been lots of cycles where if this person walked away and decided to do something new and end the situation, and they were very specific about that, and they maybe even wished you well and said, hey, you know, we each can do our own thing in life. I wish you well. There's lots of love here in the world for you. There's good things here for you. I think this person is wary of the fact that when they do that, instead of you using your potential for all this work and consistency that you have over here, this person is saying instead of using your power for that, you use your power, instead of going off to have all the goodness that life has for you, you somehow make this decision to become sort of pitiful and make this person feel sorry for you, and then they stay or they come back, and this person is tired of that. They're tired of leaving and going about their way and enjoying themselves, and then all of a sudden they are pulled back by, not by strength though, they're pulled back by brokenness. So I think this person feels like they have to come back even though you have all this work and all these pentacles over here. I think this person feels like they then have to come back and do some sort of healing or just be present for you in a way. And that over time has grown into expectation, into having a place, or complacency, or entitlement, you know, This person does feel entitled to a space because you always come and find them and make them feel like you have to provide a place. Like you have to come back and provide a place for them. What am I trying to say? They feel like they have to come back and provide a place for you, Virgo. You know, and make you feel at home and make you feel secure and make you feel held down, you know. And that this person feels like even though they have all this creative potential, that may somehow hold them back from consistency because, so I feel like there's certain words I keep saying, certain concepts: consistency, entitlement, expectation, repetition. Consistency, entitlement, expectation, repetition. Yeah. I think this person is also saying it's difficult for them to be consistent because it's this cycle of, you know, come and stay, and then when Virgo, they're like, when you want them to come stay, you don't want them to do anything. You don't want them to work. You don't want them to be creative. You don't want them to be outgoing. You want them to just be there. So then that prevents them from having certain opportunities that they would have otherwise. So then they have to, when they leave, they have to be all the way gone, you know? And then when they leave and they're like, I wish you well, I got to go do some stuff. You do some stuff. Then it's like they feel like you get pitiful and then you're like, no, don't leave me. But then, so I think this cycle has gotten to the point that this person now comes back without you asking for them. And then Virgo, that may be your issue. It's like, I may have done this and done this and done this, but I didn't do it this time. Right? So you're saying that you did not ask for this person to come back this time. You are not asking them to hold a space for you this time. You're actually working on your own happiness. You are not sitting around waiting on them to return. You're good. But this person, you know, it's kind of like a stopwatch. They're, you know, if they looked at the timer, they're like, oh, it must be Virgo o'clock, you know, so they came back for this, you know, cycle that usually happens, but now it's not happening, you know, and so that may be hard for them to accept or also to believe. They may feel like, okay, if I really believe it this time and I leave, are you sure you're not going to do it again? You're sure you're not going to do that thing? So this is really it. This is really goodbye. You're really good. Are you sure? Because they feel like if they leave for real, then that thing will happen where they get summoned back and that throws them off balance. So, yeah. That's the case here, Virgo. I guess it's just a question of, you know, is this stability that you're exhibiting real or not, you know? And is this the only manner in which this exchange can happen also? Maybe there's... Let me not get into that. Let's see what the verdict is. Let's see what the universe has to say about this. Okay. We have King of Wands, Justice, Hierophant. Whoa. Some major arcana popping out. Also some balance. Yeah, I feel like that's what I was saying. Balance. That's the verdict. Balance. And you see how that Hierophant fell right on top of that Magician? There doesn't need to be this tricky, you know, I can come, I can go, I can come, I can go energy. No, boom, we're going to put the Hierophant right on top of that Magician because there needs to be some stability here. And actually, that's, here's the thing though. The Hierophant plus the Magician, that is Mercury in Taurus. That equals the Five of Pentacles, which is not out here, but the energy is felt. The Five of Pentacles is that pitiful, abandoned, out in the cold energy. So I think this is saying there definitely needs to be balance between being super hot, super creative, super passionate for each other, and expecting the other person to always be there and always answer to that passion, to that connection. There's got to be balance between that and completely leaving the other person out in the cold. And so what is the balance between that? You know, that's the verdict, is you guys have to figure out what is the balance between creating extreme connectedness that falls into complacency and codependency, or extreme isolation that requires this grand Hoover, if you will, to pull the person back into your energy. There has to be balance there. And I think that's where the consistency comes in. But both parties have to agree on what would be consistent. Is there going to be consistent relationship or consistent not relationship, or some consistent gray area in between? But whatever it is, it needs to be agreed upon and upheld like a verdict, right? The verdict is right there. Also, Virgo, you could be dealing with a Libra and also a Capricorn. Okay, that is the reading. So I'm going to close it out by saying this is my channel, and I'm here to remind you, if you have a dispute and you just can't work it out, don't take karmic law into your own hands. You take them to court. Thank you for watching. Bye.